Frank Nitt. What up?
What up, dog?
How are you, sir?
Good. Can you hear me good?
Hear you real well. Yeah.
Dope. Ain't too much fan hum in the back, is it?
I hope not. I have one fan on me right now. I think what we all are learning to deal with in the age of streaming in a very hot summer is figuring out how do we cool ourselves but still maintain the audio quality.
Right.
It's a bit of a challenge.
Yeah. Well, we'll make it though.
Yeah. That's probably the least of our challenges as a society right now.
Right.
So it's so good to see you again. For those of you, I was trying to think when we did the event at Delicious Vinyl.
It was February 28th or 29th. It was the 29th, I think, because it was the day. It was when it goes longer than 28 days.
Yeah.
So it was the very last day of February, and that's actually the last live event I did.
Wow.
I did nothing. I haven't done anything live since then.
We did one event on the 14th or 15th. No, we did it on March 11th. And I was nervous. I didn't want to shake hands. Like,
right.
I brought the microphone with me. I never put the mic down. I was, wasn't even dapping people. I just was, saying what's up because already we kind of knew what was happening. But what's crazy is you said that was February, and I know you mean that it was February 2020, but that really feels like years ago.
Yeah, it felt like 37 years ago. It was February 1971.
This is another thing that I just noticed, and I feel maybe we should have coordinated. Maybe this is cool.
We got on the same shirt. Yes.
We have the same shirt.
Same shirt. Yes.
Yeah. I got this at the event that we did. We did a J Dilla event. Is this weird? Is this gonna be? Should I change my shirt?
No. You're good. It's more advertising for Dilla. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how have you been? What have you been up to? I know you haven't been doing shows. So, what's been on the docket for you?
Just getting acclimated to this new world of hip hop commerce. Without the show. And really just being productive musically, man. I got a new beat tape coming. I started a beat tape series.
Yep.
Actually, right when the Corona thing popped off, so I started a beat tape series, Frontal Leaf Beats. So I'm just about finished with Volume 2. Volume 1 is on my Bandcamp if y'all want to go grab that. The link is in my bio there. Anyway, but yeah, so working on Volume 2, that's pretty much done. I got a few special things I'm doing with it, so I'm waiting on that to be finished up. And I've been doing merch, man. J Dilla merch. You know what I'm saying?
We support it.
Yeah, of course, which is great. Yeah, no, and it's been doing well. Dilla has incredible fans and supporters out there, and it's a family-run business. I basically work for his mama, and so it's great, man. So just been sticking with that, staying busy, creating new merch ideas and things of that nature, and as well doing new music, and y'all see a few things coming real soon, merch and music.
Where can people get the shirts if they're interested? I've seen a couple people in the chat right now want to know where they can get it.
DeliciousVinyl.com. We got everything there because it's a collabo situation with Delicious Vinyl and J Dilla merch, and I'm kind of the guy that sits in the middle of the two and make things work out. So DeliciousVinyl.com. We got hats, shirts, masks, music, artwork, whatever you might need for your J Dilla collection. We got something there for you.
Amazing. You did an event. I have such a bad sense of time now. I literally don't know. you did a live event sometime in the last 5 months where you were doing you were playing Dilla songs and making people guess and doing the stories behind that. That was a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, man. It was called Story in a Song, and it was just basically from his songs from his catalog that he produced for people mostly. It wasn't too many that it was his own songs. But the stories, I was telling stories that were directly connected to each song, right?
Yeah.
So, and it was personal stories. It wasn't like a music story per se. You know what I'm saying? It was more just like a personal thing, that being a close friend of his and being able to have access to him working with people and seeing the things that happen in and around the work getting done. So, yeah, man, I just wanted to do something fun. And again, that was just, trying to adjust to this new medium. You understand? So, it came out dope, man. The people seem to like it. Got a really good response from it. Think about maybe doing another one, but that's all future stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Well, shit, if you do, maybe we need to work on that or something, because that's right up our alley. We're gonna get
into that might be dope. We might have to figure something out. Well,
tonight is episode 60. You are our 60th episode tonight, Frank Nitt, since we've pivoted.
Yes.
And we're gonna get right into it. This is a chance for us to, test your hip hop trivia, hear some stories from your career and the things that you've seen as well. And if we have some time at the end, we'll answer some questions from the audience as well. We have a very proactive chat. So.
Okay, cool in the gang. I don't know how good my trivia will be, so I'm not making no guarantees.
Hey, you hear that, folks? No guarantees over here.
No guarantees.
But we're going to get into it, and our first round is called The Choice is Yours. This is general multiple choice. And Frank, just know you can use the chat if you're in a jam. Some people have a very fuck that, I'm not relying on the chat stance. Other people they like to rely on it. We don't judge them either way, so it's all on you. All right, so here we go. First question: which of these musicians is not a founding member of the Soulquarians? Is it Questlove, D'Angelo, Music Soul Child, or J Dilla? Who is not a founding member of the Soulquarians?
Music Soul Child.
He says Music Soul Child. And he is absolutely correct, folks. He knows a thing or two about the Soulquarian experience.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So for those who don't know, you were there for so many pivotal moments in J Dilla's career. You guys were basically family. You were there, and collaborated throughout his career. What do you recall, or what were you privy to at when the Soulquarians thing was sort of forming? Was it a big a formal decision, or did it just sort of happen organically?
I think it was more of an organic thing, because ultimately most of those guys in the group knew each other from the music scene already. Yeah. Dilla kind of came after, you know what I'm saying? He was introduced via Q-Tip to that kind of menagerie of artists, because obviously the Soulquarians is that group that you see, but there's so many other artists behind it, whether you're talking about a music or a Jill Scott or, you get what I'm saying? So, I think it was more of an organic thing. I think they were just working and everybody was feeling good and moving along and said, hey, we should do something. I can't say that for sure, but just from my positioning, I think it was more of an organic thing. And that's how Dilla moved anyway.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of that was, forming out of the sessions that they were doing at Electric Lady in New York. Were you ever, you there for any of those? Did you ever go to New York for those trips with Dilla?
For the Light Water for Chocolate album, yes. Yes, wow. I was there actually a lot. And, I was actually there a lot and got to see a lot of the goings on. It was like, it was just a crazy atmosphere in Electric Lady with, Calm in one studio, Black Star was upstairs, The Roots was in the back studio, and then you got Busta coming through and Dave Chappelle and just all of these different people kind of converging during these sessions. So it was crazy.
Yeah.
One of those memories I'll never, ever, ever forget. And a lot of monumental things happened on those trips to New York. And shout out to Calm, man. Common used to, because he would come to Detroit to record and, make the beats and you do roughs of the songs, and they would finish them at Electric Lady in New York. And it got to a point where they would come work in the city in Detroit, and Com and Dilla would go to New York, and a day later, not Dilla, Common would call me and be like, yo, your ticket's at the airport, the car pick you up and bring you to the studio, just come. Yeah, you know, I get on a plane and go to New York and hang out with the fellas for, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, that's one of those things that it'll never leave me, you know?
Absolutely. And those are pretty much all my favorite albums of all time were created in that era.
Right.
So I can only imagine. Like, that's my favorite Common album for sure, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, you know, and even beyond that, it was crazy because then everybody started to come to Detroit. You get what I'm saying? From, I mean, you name it, out of that crew, they were there, except maybe like a D'Angelo or, you know what I mean? But, yeah, everybody else, from Tribe to, you know, to Guru to the Black Eyed Peas to just so many people came to the D that I was privy to be fly on the wall or, you know, so yeah, crazy.
Man, that's so cool. All right, we're going to move on to our next question. Question number 2. DJ Rhetmatic and percussionist Eric Bobo's collaborative side project is called what? Is it called Bobomatic? He's the DJ, I'm the percussionist. Cypress Junkies or Hill Beats?
It is Cypress Junkies. Shout out to my my guy Rhetmatic.
Yeah, Cypress Junkies is correct. Yeah, you've worked with Rhetmatic before.
Yeah, we got so much work in together. We've toured, we've done whole projects as, you know, a group, the Joint Chiefs, and you know, we got singles together. Actually, you used one for the promo, the classic joint. Yep. So yeah, no, yeah, Rhett's my guy, man. One of the greatest DJs, yes, but greatest people you'll ever meet. You understand? Like, great guy.
Yeah, you know, you obviously, I think, are synonymous with Detroit, but how long have you been in Los Angeles? Like, how long have you sort of called LA, or at least partial home, if not like, you know, your home?
Whoa. Since 2008, minus 1 year.
Okay. Because
so,
you're
you know, 11 years or so. Yeah.
Yeah, because you know, anybody who's paid attention to your career and the releases you've done, like, you're very ingratiated with a lot of the LA guys at this point. You know, like you look at the production and the features. It's not like you don't still work with everybody, you know, from the D as well, but like it sort of seems like you found a lot of like kinship with these LA people. Yeah,
man. You know, I've been blessed with that. Like that, you know, guys was ready to work and wanted to work. You get what I'm saying? So, and obviously I'm here. It's a little easier when you in the vicinity of somebody. You know what I'm saying? You can get things done. So, and yeah, man, it's just. For me, it's just the work. It's kind of where the work takes me, where it leads me to. Like, you know, I did a record, Jewels in My Backpack, with Terrence Martin, and he did all the production on it. It was actually Terrence that reached out. You get what I'm saying? He reached out to my guy Scrap Dirty, shout out Scrap Dirty, and was like, yo, you know, Frank and Dank Boys, I dig them cats. I want to holler at Frank. If he ever in LA, let's do some work. And just so happened a couple weeks later, I ended up here, and we jumped in the studio, and we did like 10 joints in 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, you know, it was him that kind of ushered me into, you know, getting a verse from Quick, getting a verse from Corrupt, and these guys embracing me and saying, okay, yeah, B, like, we right there. We hear you. Let's do it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's just been a blessing, man. And again, it's just kind of where the music leads me to, and, you know, if guys is ready to work and put something together, hey, who am I to deny good work, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. All right, we're going to move on to the third question in this round. This Q-Tip single also appeared on Violator Records compilation, Violator, the album. Was it Breathe and Stop, Vibrant Thing, Let's Ride, or Getting Up?
It would be Vibrant Thing.
Vibrant Thing is correct. We were talking about this last night on Twitch. We were watching Dilla and Detroit related videos on our Twitch last night.
Yeah.
And I had a confession that I made, and we were talking about this, and House Shoes was also in the chat, and he was chiming in on this. When this song came out, my feelings were hurt. My feelings were hurt by what seemed like a deviation from the Tribe sound. Now I've backpedaled on that for sure, and now that it's great. But you know, do you have any recollection, like how involved were you with that era of, you know, the Amplified album, and you know, what stories did you have there?
Oh, so many about Amplified, crazy. Now, shout out to Q-Tip. No, actually, a couple beats on Amplified were Frank and Dank's songs.
Oh.
And they got, because it was Q-Tip, and Q-Tip got like carte blanche. He got sent. He didn't get sent CDs versus beats. He got sent the actual zip drives, right? So he could arrange, like even Vibrant Thing wasn't Dilla's arrangement. Dilla sent him the pieces and he put it together, right?
Yeah.
So, and that was kind of a thing where Q-Tip got to arrange the beats. Dilla would send him all the parts, and he would arrange them the way he wanted to, right? And you know that's huge. But yeah. So for Amplified, you know, I was there a whole lot, and for me, it was, I don't know, it was dope to me. I didn't look at it as different from Tribe because that was such a big part of our music listening and the things we enjoy. So it didn't see like anything different to me. And then again, I'm hella biased. I'm sitting right next to Dilla. You get what I'm saying? So it's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like being there for like whenever you're there and part of the process of it, I think it's probably a little bit, you know, it's easier to acclimate. I was like a Tribe fan. I was like, okay, cool, love movement, find a way. All of a sudden, the next thing is like this video. I'm like, yo, what is this? Like, I caught me off guard. But obviously now, you know, I have no hatred towards the record. I'm just clearing the air here, but I had to make that confession.
On the actual, on the story in the song live event I did, I told a story about that particular thing. Q-Tip had just did the Vibrant Thing video, right? And he called Dilla and he was like, yo, we're getting ready to do the next one, which ended up being the Let's Ride song, right? And he told Dilla, you got to be in this next video. You got to come out. Vibrant Thing is crazy. We had girls everywhere. It's going to be way more girls. It's going to be way more crazy. We're going to have a crazy Jeep. And he had a bust out the Lambo Jeep at that time, right? Crazy, because that was a Lambo Jeep he was in, right? We'll have the crazy Jeep. You got to come out. And Dilla just wasn't into it like that, like the celebrity part of it. You get what I'm saying? And he was like, nope, we ain't going, bro. I begged, pleaded. I told him I would drive. I'd sleep in the backseat of the truck if I need to. Let's go. Nope. I'm not going, bro. So we about to go to the record store, hit studio, hit strip club. So yeah, I was around for that as well.
You're around for that, and you're around for not being around the video.
This is true. I had no choice. It's been a couple of those.
I'm trying to think, did Dilla ever pop up in other people's videos? Like,
a few cameos. Slum Village video for the Selfish video.
Yeah.
A few here and there, not too much. He wasn't that guy.
Right.
He barely showed up for his own videos, let alone somebody else's.
Man, who are you telling? All right, we're gonna get into the last question of this round. In 2018, Black Thought began his Streams of Thought series with an EP that was primarily produced by who? Was it Knots, Salaam Remi, Ninth Wonder, or Just Blaze?
This is a good one. I might lose out on this one, but I'm going to go with Ninth.
He goes with Ninth. Ninth is the correct answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out Black Thought.
Black Thought is incredible. Black Thought is having like a renaissance right now, I would say. Like, we've always known that he's dope, but it seems like the world is catching up right now, right?
Yes. I think everybody else is, starting to put their running shoes on and try to catch him because Thought is serious business. I seen Black Thought. Basically, we went to a club, right? And when we all left the club, it was me, Dank, Dilla, and Black Thought and we were sitting in Dilla's truck in the parking lot, and Dilla's Beats was playing, and Black Thought started freestyling. And when I tell you the whole mass of the club surrounded the car and was listening to Black Thought freestyle, like a whole club in Detroit at 2 o'clock in the morning, which could be quite dangerous. No, sir. It was hip hop that night, bro. So yeah, no, Black Thought's a monster.
He was coming out to Detroit a bunch, right?
Huh?
He was coming out to Detroit a bunch, right? Like he was out there pretty frequently.
Yeah, he came out to the D quite a bit, working with Dilla and doing, where he was working on some solo project stuff and doing things. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's so dope to see him thriving and all the Roots crew thriving really at this point.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, again, I've been kind of blessed to see and be around like prior to things that I can remember being on tour. We were in Norway, I want to say, and it was right before they were going to start the TV show. And I couldn't believe that Black Thought was telling me, yo, we can't tour no more. We ain't going to be on the road like that. It's all over. And I was just like, what? You? Oh, my God, this is crazy. But now I understand totally. You know what I'm saying? I understand totally now.
It was a good move, but I think even the most optimistic people would be like, wait, you're quitting? You're the best like touring band in hip hop, and you're going to be Jimmy Fallon's band? I threw up in my mouth a little bit when I heard that.
No. I didn't say that. All I'm saying is that I knew TV money and things, Yeah, but I guess that situation was golden. Ain't no guess. I can tell you now that situation was, it was the right decision. The boys made the right decision.
Absolutely. Shout out to Dante Ross in the chat. What up, Dante? Good to see you. All right, we're getting into our second round. The second round is called Picasso Baby. So in this round, I'm going to show you a piece of an album cover, and you have to identify what it is by the little piece that you see.
I am about to do terrible with this. Terrible with this.
Here we go. Let's see. All right, what album is this? Is it Chops, Virtuosity, Biz Marquee, I Need a Haircut, The Barbershop Soundtrack, or is it Handsome Boy Modeling School? So, how's your girl?
I want to say I'm gonna go with Handsome Boy Modeling School, but I don't know. I'm blind too.
Okay. All right, it's a wild guess. He's going for a wild guess. Let's see what it is.
Wild guess.
It actually is Biz Marquee, I Need a Haircut.
Okay, now I can see. Now you can see it.
You can see it. What kind of what were some of the early influences for you guys, being in Detroit? Were you checking for a lot of the New York stuff? Like the Midwest sort of has its own identity. So what was the pH balance of what you were coming up on when you were developing your own style?
Well, for us, again, like you said, Detroit kind of had its own sound, and a lot of that was techno dance music and bass music as well, right? So, but for our crew, and like-minded people, we did a lot of New York, leaders of the new, and of course, early hip-hop, Rakim and Big Daddy Kane and, Stetson Sonic and all those kind of New York things. But myself in particular, as a teenager, 17, 18, I got into more West Coast, so I was listening to CPO and obviously NWA and Above the Law, and I was listening to a lot of West Coast music, MC8 and things of that nature. Didn't get all the way up to the Bay. I didn't get so much E40, but Too Short for sure. And so I was kind of scattered with hip hop because once I got me a car and some bass in my car, I had to have music with bass, and early on. A lot of the East Coast hip hop was thin when it came to bass lines. You get what I'm saying? Not bass lines they're playing, but just the way they made them thump.
Right.
And the West Coast had, incredible bass for your whip. So.
Absolutely.
And then but I was even listening to Miami bass, like Magic Mike, and Shadi, and obviously 2 Live Crew, and you know what I'm saying? I was all over the place.
The 808s, so important.
Oh yeah.
Once you get the whip, you don't know how much you need it until you have a car that you're driving around.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to the second question in this round. What album cover is this? Is it Jay-Z's American Gangster, The Game, the documentary, Pharrell, In My Mind, or is it OC, Jules?
Ooh, I do not know. This is gonna be terrible. I'm gonna go with a wild guess. The Game documentary.
The Game documentary. All right. We're gonna see what the answer is.
Oh, Jay-Z.
American Gangster.
Had you played me the song now?
Well, yeah, but that defeats the purpose of the round, Frank.
I know.
Come on, man.
I've kind of given. I don't even look at artwork anymore. Like, I don't know.
It has less of a function now because it's digital. It's on the phone. Like.
Exactly.
I get it. Well, you can use the chat. Remember that, Frank. Remember that.
No. I'm gonna go for the gusto. I told you I was gonna blow this round. I knew
it. He did say that, folks. You got to give him that. All right, here we go. Final question in this round. What album cover is this? Is it J Dilla, Donuts, J Dilla, J Stay Paid, Pete Rock, Soul Survivor 2, or is it the self-titled Slum Village album?
It is definitely Stay Paid because I'm on it.
That is correct. What is your favorite?
Yep.
What is your favorite? I'll ask you a two-part question. What is your favorite Dilla album, and then what is your favorite Dilla album that has been released since his passing? Like, or maybe it's one in the same. I don't know.
I don't know that I have a favorite per se. I'll tell you, Rough Draft has the most sentimental meaning. And I'll tell you why. Shortly after Dilla passed away, right? I had to go to Japan. To Taiwan, right? And I was going to be there for a nice chunk of time. And while I was there, Proof passed away, right? And I had this, what would be like a PSP at the time, right? And I had a couple of games and one album on there. And the only album on there was Rough Draft. And in that time, kind of mourning over Dilla, then the shock of Proof and all of that, that was the album that I listened to. So that album means a lot to me. Like I barely can listen to it.
I find it too.
Especially Nothing Like This. Nothing Like This is tough.
Right. I find too when I take trips or when I'm out of town or not at home, the music that either comes out or that I connect with definitely like sort of burrows in my brain and my memory and becomes very associated with the time and the location. So that makes a lot of sense.
So yeah, I think that is probably the sore thumb of the group that sticks out the most.
Yeah.
Whether old or new.
Right.
Welcome to Detroit is a masterpiece, and not because I'm on it.
But it doesn't hurt that you're on it.
It doesn't hurt. No, it doesn't hurt me at all. No. But yeah, no, that, the diary, I know what his version of it sounded like.
That was the MCA album.
Yeah, which is the last album they put out most recently.
Right.
Full length. So that album has some joints.
Yeah.
That album has some joints. And it still got some joints, but Dilla's touch on things is it's something to behold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So knowing that I know what that record should sound like. You get what I'm saying?
Right. It's a little weird to hear it.
It's a little weird to hear it. Yeah. But yeah, I think Rough Draft is the sore thumb of the group.
Totally. All right, we're gonna move on to our third round. I like the J Stay Paid record too, though. I mean, like for me, it was like
it's awesome.
Yeah, like the features were really good, and like it was a lot of the style of beats, a lot of which I'd had because I was, you know, one of those crazy internet people who was bootlegging, you know, like these you know, rips of tapes and beat CDs.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
The beats on J Stay Paid have a very like quirky character to them, a lot of them that I always appreciated. It was cool to have them all together like that.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to our third round, and the third round is called Digging in the Crates.
Uh-oh. This might be bad too, guys.
What'd you say?
This might be bad too, guys.
All right. He had a strong start. He's not as confident now, but you can use the chat if you choose to, but you don't have to. All right, here we go.
Okay.
This is the sample round. I'm gonna ask you a question, and then I'll play you a sample, and you have to answer the question.
Oh Lord. Okay.
All right, here we go. So this is the first question. Which of these artists sampled Zapp's "More Bounce to the Ounce" first? I'm gonna play you the question and sample. We've all heard it, but here it is. Who sampled it first? Was it EPMD, Heavy D, MC Breed, or Notorious B.I.G.?
I'm going to go with EPMD.
He's going EPMD. So, okay, I'm going to actually play it in the reverse order that they released. We're going to go on a little journey right now. So he's going EPMD. So here we go. Most recently, it was...
Yeah.
Great song.
And then it was Breed, I think.
You listen to the sounds of Breed.
Breed.
And then Heavy. I was a big Heavy D fan too. So. And of course, EPMD is one of the best hip-hop groups of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's like a sample that's been it's an East Coast, it's a Midwest, like everybody.
It's everything.
Yeah, it transcends geographical boundaries. So all right. Back in the game, Frank. You said you weren't sure how you were going to do, and you're crushing it in this round. So let's see what happens next. Here we go.
Well, you know, it's a story associated to my crate digging acumen.
Yeah. Wait, this record specifically, or just crate digging?
No, just crate digging in general. Why I thought I would not do well here.
But you're a producer. Okay. You're a producer.
Well, yeah, but I'm not a real sample user.
Ah, there you go. All right, that's fair. Steve says that you were going to crush all night. I think I see what he's doing there. Shout out to Steve Blanner. All right, here we go. Second question. Gary Burton's "I'm Your Pal" was sampled on a single from this Tribe record. I'm going to play you the Gary Burton sample. What Tribe album has this sample on it as a single? I'll play it again. Is it Midnight Marauders, Beats, Rhymes, and Life, The Love Movement, or We Got It From Here, Thank You For Your Service?
I think I'm going to go with The Love Movement.
He's going Love Movement.
Might be Midnight Marauders.
Or Beats, Rhymes. Final answer, Frank. Come on, I need your final answer.
No. I'm going with The Love Movement. I'm going to just go with that. I think I'm wrong, but I'm going with The Love Movement. Woo!
The answer was Beats, Rhymes, and Life.
See? A Dilla beat, too.
A Dilla beat, a crazy. So let me ask you this: you came up with one of the illest sample-based producers of all time. Not that he was just sampled, but is that? Do you think that has an effect on why you consider yourself not a sample producer? Like,
oh, definitely. It definitely. First off, like, I didn't make or try to make beats until after Dilla passed away, right? So, because he taught me how to acquire beats. Let's just say that, right?
Yeah.
And also I had him. You get what I'm saying? For the first however many years, he was right there, so I didn't really need to go anywhere else. So it wasn't until later that I picked up actually making beats. Now, I was blessed enough to be able to watch him work, watch how he build things and things of that nature. But also the byproduct of that is I used to have to go record shopping with him, right? And we were DJs when we were young. So going to the record store and getting records was no big deal. Right. But we were DJs, so we was playing whatever the hottest records for the parties was, which was probably the newest records. So you just pick them off the wall, the few records you need, and you keep it moving. This whole crate digging for samples thing was a whole nother bag of worms that I wasn't really ready to open. So I would complain. We would go, and he would be in the record store. I would leave him in the record store, go sit in the car, take the car, go get food. I would do everything but sitting there while he was going through all these crates. Because, again, I'm used to the ones on the wall, the new pieces of vinyl on the wall. He under here in these dirty boxes in his brand new outfit, and he gonna spend about $600 on all these records, and that means the night is ruined. We're going to the studio, and we're going to sit in the studio until he decides he's done going through records. So
you were traumatized by samples.
I was traumatized by digging. And then, you know, he's really good with that. He's really, really good. So my idea of the standard of somebody being a sample guy and a chop guy, is really high. And I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Totally.
I would have needed to start chopping and sampling 28 years ago before you know what I'm saying? If I need, because, yeah.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to move on to the final question in this round. Here we go. Jazz group Cortex's song, Hewitt Octobre 1971, was sampled by this hip-hop producer. I'm going to play you the sample, and you tell me which producer flipped it. Was it J Dilla, MF Doom, Madlib, or Jake One?
I want to say Madlib, but it could have been Dilla, but it was Madlib, I think.
He's going Madlib. Madlib is correct. Yes.
No jokes, no games, no gimmicks, J-Lib.
That's the J-Lib trick. You just always have to think about who's rapping, and then you know it's not them. Right. It's the reverse. And, you know, J-Lib was like, you know, sort of the beginning of their relationship, and that was like sort of like the Cali years, like kind of kicking that off. Am I correct with the timeline there? Or?
Yeah, yes and no. It was before the Cali years that relationship started. Because it kind of started with Dilla getting a beat request from somebody at Stone's Throw and sending beats, and then he got a beat CD back, or he got a CD back where Madlib had rapped over all the beats and basically made a whole thing off of his beat tape. And at first he didn't know how to take it, and he was just like, okay, well, what are we gonna do? And they said, let's do an album, you know what I'm saying? And then they you know, J-Lib was born.
Yeah.
And you know, it was crazy. It was a crazy time.
I see a lot of people in the chat disputing this because this was on an MF Doom record, but Madlib produced the beat that he used for. It's the same beat, guys. It's Madlib. All right, we gotta set the record straight here. You know, let's get into it. All right, final round, Frank Nitt. We are there. We have arrived. The final round is called Time's Up. So this is what we do. You are going to have 90 seconds to answer 5 questions in the category of your choice. Here are your categories tonight.
Can I smoke during this?
We encourage you to smoke during it. Absolutely.
Okay, good.
The first category is Bling Like the Neptune Sound. The second is hip-hop comedy, or the hip-hop and comedy connection. And the third is called Health is Wealth. So you get to pick which category you want to go for in this round.
Hip-hop and comedy connect.
You're a comedy fan, eh? All right. So I will explain to you the rules of this round. You will have 90 seconds to answer 5 questions. If you don't know the answer, you can say pass and we'll go back to it. If you guess and it's wrong, then the answer is done. You can't go back to it. And I have OC's times up here, timed to 90 seconds. So when the time is up on OC, your time will be up. Are you ready to do this, Frank Nitt? You're doing great so far. All right. High pressure here, but you've been doing great. Hip hop and comedy connection. 90 seconds on the clock. Here we go. In 1982, Eddie Murphy charted on the R&B charts with this hip hop parody song.
Party All the Time.
It was not Party All the Time. We'll get back to that. All right, here we go. This comedian appeared at the end of a song on Kanye West's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy album.
Oh, man. It's either Jamie Foxx or Chris Rock. I'll go with Jamie Foxx. I don't know.
It was Chris Rock. I'll give you half points on that. All right. Okay. Weird Al parodied this rapper with the cover and lead single of his album Bad Hair Day.
Oh, I do not know. Pass.
All right, we're going to skip. All right. Name 3 of the performers at Dave Chappelle's Block Party documentary.
Talib, The Roots, and Erykah Badu.
That is correct. All right, here we go. Michael Rappaport voices the character of a record exec named BJ Wineglass on an album by this Raucous Records rapper.
Talib Kweli?
Talib Kweli is correct. Okay, we're going to go back to the one that you skipped. And that is Weird Al parodied this rapper with his album Bad Hair Day. He had a single, and the cover was this weird hair, this weird thing.
I do not know. I ain't heard a Weird Al song since Eat It, bro.
All right. That's fair. We're going to give it to you. Our time is just about up. Our time is up here. So, Frank, you did quite well. I'll get into it. The 1982 song that Eddie Murphy charted with, the hip-hop parody song, was Boogie in Your Butt.
Boogie in Your Butt. Oh, my goodness. Yep. Okay. No, I didn't get that one. I'm a huge Eddie Murphy fan.
Yep. Chris Rock was the artist, the comedian who appeared on the Kanye album. And Weird Al parodied Coolio with the cover.
Coolio. Oh, yeah, makes sense.
All right. So, Frank, I'm going to total up your score. No matter what happens here, though, I want you to know that to the questions, you are a champion in our eyes.
You are a champion. Okay, I appreciate it. I appreciate being a champion.
If you guys have questions for Frank Nitt, drop them in the little question box. We'll get into it. Frank, I have one more question for you as I total up your score. Who would you challenge? Who do you think we should have on the show next? Who's somebody that you know that you want to challenge or call out to come on the show?
Ooh, for hip hop knowledge? Bishop Lamont.
Bishop Lamont would be crazy. We got to reach out to him.
Bishop Lamont, because he's a historian, so he knows.
Okay, all right, I'm all about that. We should definitely reach out. So, Frank, I've totaled up your score, and you have scored a quite impressive 10 out of 15. That is not bad. Let me tell you who you're sitting with in the 10 Club, because I think you're going to find that you've got some good company there. 10 Club, you're right there with Master Ace.
Nice. I got a record with Master Ace.
Well, you're sitting in a club with Master Ace right now. You got that Tony Baker, the comedian and voiceover.
Tony Baker's hilarious. Hilarious.
He's a number 10 guy. We got Kid from Kid and Play. That's another comedy music guy. Listen, you're in good company right now.
I'm in good company. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have some time, can we get into a little Q&A with the fans right now?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. Let's get into it. All right, Steve Wonder wanted to know this. And he's in the chat. Can you talk about the first time hearing the SpaceX Eve remix beat?
That's a funny one. Dilla had the vocals to that song for months, sitting in his studio, in his house, sitting there. And I think they had sent him some money up front for him to begin on the remix, right? And he was going to do it, but he was taking his time. Let's just say that.
Okay.
And the people reached out again, and they said, cool, but we kind of need it. We're going to send you the other half of your money.
Wow.
Right? And it doesn't really work like that. You get what I'm saying?
Never.
Usually, you turn your music in, and then you get the back end, right? But they sent in the other half. And he had other plans. I think it was a good time at the time. Financially, everything was good, so we was moving around and just kind of. And he was like, you know what? I got to sit in here and do this remix. And me and Dank was there, and he was like, well, then y'all got to sit in here with me. So we're gonna go. We're gonna hit the Chronic, man. We're gonna get some food, and we in here until I finish this remix. As a matter of fact, if I got to do this beat, y'all got to rhyme on this song. Mind you, the people, the SpaceX label people know absolutely nothing about this, right? So he took money off of his fee, paid me and Dank some money, and had us do those verses. And then he just sent them in to the label. We didn't know the label was going to use them. We didn't know what was going to happen. And it came out, and it kind of became one of those songs that people were just like, it's memorable to people. And so, yeah, that was his genius, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever you want to call that. But it wasn't like planned or anything like that. I'm not going to say he didn't want to do it. I'm going to say that it wasn't on the immediate docket to be done.
Right.
And once they put the pressure on him, he was like, well, it ain't going to be just me. Y'all got to sit in here too.
I wish that I ever had a gig where putting the pressure means getting the second half of the money. That's not usually what pressure is. That's like,
yeah. Well, you know, he is J Dilla, you know.
Yeah, you can't take that away from him. All right, let's see. LA Music Attorney has a question. What kind of production hardware software do you use?
I am right now MK3 guy, machine.
Okay.
MK3, and as far as recording software, I'm on Logic 10.
Yep.
Or Logic X.
Logic X. Yeah, no, that's a good combo. Yep. Shout out to Machine. I definitely messed with Machine early on.
Shout out Native Instruments. They hooked the brother up. Great. You know, I did some events with them. I ended up doing an event with Teddy Riley. It was crazy.
Woo! I think I remember that actually. That wasn't too long ago, right?
It was late last year.
Yeah, which feels like 45 years ago.
I'm 68 now.
So you're 68 since we started this broadcast.
Since we started this, yes. Time is moving fast.
Yes, time is just a concept, man. It's a construct. All right, Donald Randell asks, how's your Dolomite project coming along? Tell the people what the Dolomite project is, even.
That's funny because the person asking the question is actually affiliated to Dolomite.
All right.
That project actually is done and out already. But we did a project. My man Unique, a producer out of Detroit, you know, worked with Capadonna and just a slew of guys. You know what I'm saying? And he knew the actual connection to Dolomite, and they brought it to me to do a project. And so, but you know, people have done, actually Ono did a project sampling Dolomite's musical pieces, and I was actually on that record as well. So you know, there's been records done with Dolomite, so I wanted to try to flip it, and what we did was took pieces of his comedy and used those as the basis of each song, right?
Wow.
So each song we did was based on his comedy, but knowing that Dolomite is Dolomite, some of the comedy was very risque. So risque. I had to flip it though, you know what I'm saying? Like we got a record called Deaf and Dumb, and it's like his comedy skit is about he had to find him a deaf and dumb girl.
Right.
So he could do whatever he wanted to do, which is not necessarily the thing you should be doing.
It's not very PC in 2020. We don't.
In 2020, you get what I'm saying? Right. Back then, cool. Now, hey, somebody be beating at your door with a sign and something or whatever. So at any rate, so I took that and made my subject matter more about treating women better, more about what a woman sees when an egregious male approaches her, and you know what I'm saying? So I flipped it to that, and that was kind of the basis of the whole thing, to take his comedy skits and then flip them into song subject matter, and using some of the comedy inside of the songs. So,
has anybody ever done that? Like, I feel like nobody has done something like that before.
I don't know that, you know, for me, man, I'm just creating, bro. So I don't know. Like, and so, yeah, but you know, it turned out dope. We had T3 and Illa J on there, and you know what I'm saying? It came out really fresh. It came out real fresh.
Yeah. So I guess Donald was asking you what's up with it, but really just trying to get you to plug it and talk about it.
I think that's probably what it was.
Yeah. All right.
Good job, Donald. Good job. Good job.
Donald,
yeah.
Checks in the mail.
It's up on all platforms. You can go get it. It's called Frank Nitt and Dolomite presents The Streaker.
Check it out. All right. All Pro Wrestling. This is a long name, so I'm not going to try to read it all. But what do you think of Joey Badass?
Joey's a great kid, man. And I mean, you know, I'm speaking like an old man at this point. But I actually had an opportunity to meet and deal with Joey because he did a Dilla thing. We did a collaboration with the foundation and Accomplice Clothing. And part of it was a piece of vinyl with Joey Badass over a Dilla beat, and then, you know, a shirt and hat. It was clothing and music mixed together. Yeah. And, you know, in my position as a curator inside of the, you know, the legacy, I was tasked with taking Joey beats and letting him pick a couple. You get what I'm saying? Right. So I met him out here in LA, went to the studio. Man, my bad. My phone ring. Y'all hear that? I don't know how to stop it. Hold on.
No, I don't hear it.
Okay. You don't hear it? That's dope. Anyway, but yeah, no, Joey's a dope kid.
Yeah.
Dope kid.
Right. That's dope. Well, listen, Frank, I want to thank you again for joining us today. You are, you know, a friend of the show. We worked on some things together. I know we will again, you know, once we get here. You're honestly, you're one of the best dressed rappers who's ever been on the show. Your sense of style,
see, I'll be trying to, you know.
I'm just trying to be like you. I'm just trying to be like you.
I got something for you. Next time I see you, I got something for you.
Yeah, we got this on tape, guys. We got to hold them to this. Frank, any other things that you want to just let people know? I know you said you have some more things in the works, and you know the J Dilla merchandise is flowing. But any last drops or anything you want to promote?
Donate. I'm actually the president of the James DeWitt Yancey Foundation, the California chapter. Sure. So you can donate directly to that, or just donate to the foundation as a whole. Shout out to Ma Dukes. Check out her official Ma Dukes collection. What else is going on? Shout out to Dankery Hall, my brother. Go check out all his new stuff. He got tons of new music out as well. And, you know, just shout out to everybody, man. Frontal Leaf Beat Volume 2 coming soon. You know, and we got the Frank and Dank album in stores right now. It's called St. Louis. And again, I got the Dolomite record that we just spoke about. And, and you know, tons of other music. So yeah, that's it.
If you like Frank Nitt's music, there is no shortage of things. He's
no.
He's not, you know, he's not one of those guys who's like, oh, like every 8 years you'll get a Frank project. Man is prolific. So
you might get one every 8 months, and it might be shorter than that.
Right. He's making some bold promises tonight, folks. He's promising albums. He's promising something for me. I don't know what it is. But listen, Frank,
we got a new J Dilla merch drop coming. So I got something for you.
Right. Let me know. I'm in there, like swimwear.
Man.
Swimwear. I'm in it. All right, listen.
Man.
The jokes are getting cornier, so I got to cut it off. But Frank, thank you so much. Be well. We'll see you soon. Be safe, and thank you for everything you do. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you, bro.